Yo, how's it going, everybody? How are we all doing today? Today's video, I want to talk about 10 surprisingly good relic characters for GAC. This is more about GAC, where they're going to be used in GAC for both their character uses and also, for some of these guys, some of their fleet uses for their ships. So I want to go over this. I want to show you a few videos. As you can see in this list, there's a lot of different people here that are going to be subbed in and out of Mon Mothma teams, and I want to show you some Mon Mothma teams with what these guys can do for the offensive. Especially, we can see here those K2 and Cassian. So I want to get started off with Zaalbar, right? Zaalbar is a great defensive and I guess even offensive character for your GAC. For relics, at least, this guy is kind of crazy. He actually has some more armor, health steal, and protection. Pretty much everything that you want in a tank. So why is he going to be on this list? Well, he's a tank for one, but he is very, very plug and play. People don't really understand how plug and play this character is. And honestly, he is, in my opinion, one of my favorite tanks in the game. Top 5, actually, outside like the GL tanks. I guess just JML, right? He's up there with L3 for me, honestly. He is so good. He has some more critical avoidance. Yeah, he has some more synergy with mission. But if you wanted to pull him apart from a mission, you can definitely still use him in any team you wanted to. He is such a great tank. So he has more critical avoidance. She also gains that bonuses if she is there. But also, the biggest thing here is that whenever whenever any ally falls below 100% health, he gains Taunt and Retribution for 2 turns. And then it says at the start of each of his turns, he gains some more protection for each damage over time effect on enemies. So a lot more taunts there, a lot more retribution, and that feels whenever he does counter, he gets more basics applied, which means he has even more chances to apply dots. So he has a lot more recovery here. And if you have relics on him, he's going to be even harder to take down and kill. So I'm not like the pro here when it comes to modding any of these guys, but I would definitely go for some health and defense sets with a CA arrow, making sure that he gets just staying alive with his taunt a lot longer, and making sure that he can counterattack for a longer time as well. He is definitely a great Gear 13 for tanks and taunts in the game. The only issue is if you're not looking for a pre-taunt or somebody who has like a ability built in with a taunt. Actually, I think he can taunt on his first special. But if you're pretty much only looking for a pre-taunt, probably don't want to go for him. Although, if you wanted to use him under Rey, it's actually a great use of Rey, because if Rey uses her lifeblood, which she always does first, that triggers his taunt. So he kind of does have a pre-taunt underneath a Rey if you want to use him there. But with relics, he's definitely great for the taunt. His unique, this other unique actually is very, very good as well. You have stacking defense 20% for each time he's taking damage from an attack. It's only lasting for 1 turn, but if you have relics and you have it modded for defense and health and the CA arrow, it is going to take you so long to kill this guy. Even at gear 12, if I'm using him with Rey, or even outside of a Rey, he is still taking a lot of hits, rather, a lot of beating up, and he's still, you know, pretty much full health, full protection. I mean, he's really, really tanky. If you want to slap lifeblood on him, it's going to be even better. So he is definitely a great tank. So talking a lot about Zaalbar there, I know. I like Zaalbar a lot, though. I guess, what can I say? Next one here, we have actually a lot of taunts here. Next one here is going to be the Pathfinder. So this one is great for not just him as a character and what he can do for the Mon Mothma teams and even, you know, rebels in general, but I love his ship. His ship is probably one of the best rebel ships in the game for the Akbar outside of the Millennium Falcon. So for his character and why he's just really good as is he has a little revive whenever he has a buff on him. And this is actually great. Mon Mothma teams are great on defense. If you know that your opponents have a somewhat strong of Jawas, this stops the Jawas because he gets the constant revives going, which is really, really important. But I do like him for my Mon Mothma teams. I currently use Mon Mothma. I slot him in there. I use my new Cara Dune I just got and my Rebel Scout. And then the 5th is either a Chupio or actually take away Pathfinder, and I just use Wigs, those 2 guys. But he's definitely great uses there. I get some uses out of him with the CLS team if I want to use that as well. But he has a nice revive. He has a nice little AoE here and a taunt as well. So another taunt in there, which is great. and he gives out some more offense up and whatnot. It used to be TM, but they changed TM because that would be so overpowered with Mon Mothma. Anyways, his mastery is the same as Zaalbar: armor, health, steal, and protection. So definitely great stats here. For this way I modded him, I just went for full protection. I'm not too sure the best way to mod him. But his ship, let's talk about his ship for a second. His ship is also going to be a great one to get for GAC, because if you wanted to, and you're at a level of play where I'm at, where you have both Malevolence and Negotiator, and then you have these guys and maybe a Finalizer or Radis built up, that's like 3 to 4 ships, or whatever that is. Yeah, it's 4 ships and 4 fleets. You can definitely toss the Rebels on defense if you have this Bistan's U-Wing built up, and then slot them in on defense with the Millennium Falcon, with the other Y-Wing, and it kind of forces them to use something a bit stronger. Yeah, you can definitely use a Negotiator or a Malevolence, but, you know, that forces them to not have you cannot Rebel mirror match that, pretty much what I'm trying to say. It kind of makes it a bit tougher to beat that team, and I've lost many times in a mirror match when the Y-Wing is there, and that's very annoying. And also, not just on defense, but on the offensive, you can use this ship versus Negotiators and to counter other stronger teams in the game. So it's a lot of great uses here for not just his character, but also his ship. And the next one I guess we can talk about is Bistan here as well. He was later down the list, but he has a great amount of uses. Let's just save him for a little bit later. So next up is going to be Canderous Ordo. Canderous is on this list because he actually, outside of JKL and the Supreme Leader Kylo, he has the 3rd highest base offense in the game for physical. So I did a video, I think my last video was talking about him a little bit with the tier 7 Jakku Galactic Challenge. This guy is crazy. He does like 3 hits on a basic. He gets even more CD and stuff if you have this Zeta. He's awesome, pretty much. So I wanted to showcase him a little bit for just his damage and just like what he can do. So I wanted to share this one right here. This is Clash's video from a long time ago, just showing him with Relics. I think he has gotten a new updated video with a Canderous, but that might be proprietary for a little bit. I'm not too sure if I want to share that. He wouldn't let me, I think. But I think I want to show this one for sure. Just kind of how he is with Relics. I mean, this guy's crazy. With Kira, you get even more of that little bonuses from him being an attacker. With Watt here, you get that weapon tech, a lot more damage. And he's like hitting for 70, 80k crits on basics, just non-stop over and over again. It's so fun to see, guys. I love this so much. I think with Q in the game as well, this opens up the playing field even further with Canderous. And I am telling you, Canderous is going to make some sort of a comeback in GAC or really anywhere, while we have this IG-11 and Q. I think he is going to do some really crazy things, kind of just tearing him apart from the Karth team. I don't like Karth whatsoever. If you guys know me, I don't like Karth. He is not my favorite, but Canderous is definitely amazing. He does some crazy damage, and this is a Kira team with Canderous and others killing a Darth Revan, which is cool to see. So just something small there, nothing crazy with the Canderous. Just knowing that he can do some crazy damage with Relics, and that offense he gets, and just, you know, now with the game more Scoundrels being added in the game, I do think he's going to have a place to slot into, either offensively or defensively. I mean, having him on defense with Relics just makes it a bit scary to fight that team, because I know what he can do. And it's always annoying if I ever do see him. But his mastery is good ones you want for an attacker, such as a Canderous himself. You want that damage and you want that defense penetration. It's definitely great stuff. And like I said, he has the 3rd highest base physical offense in the game. So the next one I want to go over here, we're actually going to tie in a few of these guys. I'm going to tie in for these next slots. I'm going to tie in K2. I'm going to tie in Cassian for the main 2, but I want to also talk about Bistan just a little bit. We talked about his partner, the SRP for his ship, but I want to go and talk about K2 and Cassian for Relics. These guys are monstrous with Relics. If you guys have not followed Clash's channel recently with him and his Mon Mothma stuff he's been putting out, guys, K2 is probably the best tank for a Mon Mothma team right now in the game. With Cassian, of course, they do some incredible freaking stuff. It is awesome. So let's go and show you this battle here. This is versus a Grievous, something crazy. But we have seen in the past that this team, or a variation of this team, can beat a Rey, which is kind of, you know, mind-boggling, right? But this is just today, just showing you Grievous. So this is actually a nice one to show, not just because of the K2 Cassian, but also because there is that the Bistan there. And the Bistan is actually pretty good on offense. I do have to say, from what I've been seeing here, he has a lot of good capabilities here with a Mon Mothma team, especially on the offensive. But K2 and Cassian are really the MVPs of any of these Mon Mothma teams if you have them built up with the relics. They are incredible. They are probably, I mean, from what I've seen and what counters K2 Mon Mothma Cassian team on defense, it takes something big. It takes something bigger than Darth Revan. I've seen a Bounty Hunter team timeout versus this in in one of Clash's streams, and that alone is just a scary, scary thought. These guys are crazy, crazy good. K2, though, as you can see, he never, ever falls below his max health. He always has protection up. He's so durable. He's so tanky. He is crazy, crazy good with Mon Mothma. He always has that taunt as well from him getting called into assist using a basic, because I think whenever he goes and whenever he does an attack, he always gets a taunt back until he's hit again, right? Which is crazy to me. I don't know why he's so good under Mon Mothma, but I love it. So you got that crazy, crazy taunt with K2. But then also you have his partner in crime, Cassian, right? And Cassian's here inflicting so many crazy debuffs. You could get away with maybe a Gear 12 Cassian, but I just think that Gear 13 just bumps him up to a crazier level. More speed, more offense, and just more of that good stuff you want him to do. Yeah, he applies a lot of just debuffs, not much damage here, but you do want him with relics if you are going to have a relic K2, so you have more damage output. Because typically, if you guys were to use them on offense, you want to have some more damage output, and that's why we kind of have a Bistan here for that a little extra damage output. But you do ideally want to have relic Cassian for more damage, because you have the scout here that does give out some more TM. So you want to focus on damage attackers in this team, and that's what Cassian is going to be doing a really great job of. He takes a lot more turns with HRS, a lot more spreading of the debuffs, and that is what you want in this team. He just neuters teams completely. He has been killing the Rays. He's killing now Grievous's. I mean, what can these two not do together under Mon Mothma? These guys are ridiculous. They're a crazy, crazy team. Even in 3v3 recently, they were able to hold up against so many great things. It is crazy to see how well these old characters are doing now with the Mon Mothma in the game. She has completely transformed the Rebel faction as a whole, and I am so excited to get mine built up. I would love to get these guys built up soon, but I'm going to probably hold off for just a second. But anyways, this is these guys. They're crazy, crazy awesome. K2 and Cassian. What are their masteries? You might ask. Well, I think their masteries are pretty similar to the other ones. So K2 has, ignore mine. It's the same ones. Armor, health, steal, and protection. So what you want in a tank, it's good stuff. And then Cassian is getting some more critical avoidance, damage, and accuracy. So that's definitely a good stuff there for Cassian. So that's the main 5. And we kind of talked about Bistan a little bit. So let's skip over Bistan. He's great. He's great for his ship. He is great for the Mon Mothma teams as well. The Frenzy, a lot more attacks. And I think he has some TMR built in with some more potency and whatnot. So that's him. The next one I want to go over is some IG-88. This is mainly for his ship, but also with IG-11 and Queel. I'm not gonna say his name anymore. I'm so tired of getting comments about me saying it wrong. Anyways, IG-88. He's great with the new Mando characters. He is also great for a relic for his ship. This guy is so incredible. If you have him with relics, you can just use him at Levelance with him in the starting with the other 2 droids. These guys are incredible together. They can beat so many different teams in the game, and with cleaner banners and easier wins as well. You can save more things for your offense if you wanted to. But he actually is really, really great with relics. He is crazy, crazy powerful. He does some nice damage, and I do think that now with these new characters from the Mandalorian and even more Scoundrels and whatnot for bounty hunters later down the line with Mando, I think this guy is going to be making a very, very nice place in your roster with relics. GAC mainly just for the ships right now. So that's him. Next up is Ezra. I do like Ezra a lot. He does have a ship, but this is not really about his ship. This is just about Ezra being Ezra. I like him a lot right now because I have Master Luke, I got JKR, and I have Caddy Mundi unlocked as well. And I've been noticing I've been getting a lot more uses out of my Ezra recently because of all those different Jedi. But also, I have him with a Rebel tag. I mean, he already has Rebel tag, but I use him with my CLS because he has the Rebel tag, and he's been doing some great things with them. I do like him with relics. I've seen damage with him with relics. He does some crazy, crazy damage. His mastery is critical chance, critical damage, and damage. So he has a lot more damage output and he can take a lot more turns if you have this Zeta on his Flourish. And this is like one of my favorite Zetas in the game just because of how simple and how cool it is. You get some more TM if they have no buffs. It reduces his cooldown by 1, and then he gains some defense up and some more damage output as well. So he can do some crazy damage. He also has a very powerful call to assist here, getting some more TM for supports, some more protection, and then some more guaranteed crits for attackers. This is great. I use him with Master Luke to kill Kylos. I've been using him with other JKRs as well. He's very powerful. He has a double attack. He's just so good. He's kind of like a makeshift GMY in a sense, but I think as of right now, I would like to get him Gear 13 because of the uses I have now with my Jedi, now that I have Master Luke. So I do like him a lot. Ezra, he is so powerful. He hits like a truck pretty much from what I've seen with Relics. So that's Ezra. And then last couple here is going to be Sith Assassin and Vandor. So Vandor is great with Relics. I don't have him because mine's really bad, but his mastery is armor, health, steal, and protection. So pretty much all the tanks we've gone over so far are the exact same mastery stats, which is kind of funny. But he is great with Relics because he just becomes so much more tanky. He has a revive built in, and he is great with Scoundrels, great with really anybody. He's really great with L3 partnered up with her. But also you can use him under a raid team and make him even more strong and tanky. But you can kind of see in all of these ones, when it comes to Scoundrels, a lot of these guys have to deal with new content here, with new Mando, and new future content that we might be getting here shortly with Mando. But even then, this guy with Gear 13 and Relics is so strong. He is a very durable person. He can also hit very hard if you have him built properly with Relics. He can hit like a truck, like 100k, 200k crits on his Freedom Fighter special. Crazy damage. It is awesome. He has that nice revive as well, and he has some more synergies with all the Scoundrels and whatnot. He is great with Relics, to say the least. And then we have Sith Assassin here, the last one. This one's mainly for Fleet and also with the Emperor, and I guess even other Sith teams in general. But I do like her for the ship. I don't have it with a ship yet, but I've seen her being used with the Empire and the Sith ships, beating some very strong and top tier teams like Negotiators and whatnot. So very great there. But this special here is so great with the Sith. I cannot explain how good it is. If you have a Sith Emperor, or the Eternal Emperor rather, this is so good. This is one of the best characters you can have for that team. More TM gain off the bat. You give so much TM to the entire team. You can kind of cycle back to an Emperor's team immediately if you have her fast enough and you have those buffs on her. So I mean, it's crazy to see what she can do. She's a very old character as well, and she has a very nice ship in the game for the Sith Assassin. So that's kind of all of them. I know I might have talked too much about the Mon Mothma team, but guys, they are very strong right now in the game. I think they are one of the best teams for defense and offense in the game right now. I know they're a bit harder to get with Relics because they're very old and their gear might be a bit more tough to get, but I mean, in all these guys, I only have one of these guys Gear 13, and it goes to show you that there's a lot more surprisingly great characters with Relics in the game. And these are a few of them. I could have gone for more, but these are just a few of them for GAC at least. All these guys have some use in GAC one way or another. And I do think that if you have maybe like not even all of them, but maybe just like a few of these guys with Relics, it'll change your GAC pretty dramatically, especially with that Mon Mothma team. So there you guys have it. If you guys feel like I missed any of these or I should have added more, let me know what you guys would have added down below in the comments. Or if you want to, feel free to check out my Discord and let me know there as well as more video ideas you guys want me to do down below. Just let me know. I'm always open to ideas and suggestions. But thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, give it a like, share it around, and sub to the channel if you guys are new here. That's it for me today. Thank you for watching. And until next time, I will see you all later. Peace out and have a good one.